moving that jab up and down. And then when you go downstairs, take that downstairs, come up with the left hook. It's going to be open because it's going to fall down into it. Anytime you jab down low, just keep trying to come over the top.
Or like you could say, hey, you know what? I can't beat that Mayweather style. I was too young, but look, I did it now against Crawford.
I forget Mayweather a long time ago. This is different for me, you know? I lost that day and that's it. I learned a lot.
Liking Canelo versus Crawford?
Well, I'm a giant Crawford fan because I think he's the best switch hitter since Marvin Hagler. I also think Canelo is slowing down, and Canelo is more of a one-punch fighter now than the combination fighter he was when he was young.
Canelo Alvarez had a strong reaction after learning that Terence Crawford sparred with Floyd Mayweather during training. He now sees the fight as personal, not just business. According to Canelo, Crawford has shown him disrespect more than once, and he feels like Crawford is trying to damage his reputation or make him seem less important. Canelo made it clear, this isn't just another matchup. For him, it's personal now.
Tell me a little bit about that. Did things get a little bit personal now?
Yeah, a little bit more personal because, you know, I did respect him. I don't respect him anymore because he say, I'm not gonna do what they want me to do and this and that. And then he tried to, maybe Turki Alashi told him, hey, you need to do something because you seem so nervous in Riyadh. So and he tried to like walk me back, and that's why I pushed him. And, you know, like I say, don't fuck with me.
Terence Crawford hasn't held back when it comes to his opinion of Canelo Alvarez's career. He believes that many of the big names on Canelo's record weren't at their best when they fought him. Crawford specifically pointed to fighters like Shane Mosley, Miguel Cotto, and Sergey Kovalev, saying they were clearly past their prime. As for Canelo's fight with Floyd Mayweather, Crawford noted that Mayweather dominated him, which in his view says a lot. Crawford argues that these points take away from Canelo's legacy and make his resume less impressive than people claim. He also feels Canelo doesn't give him enough credit, accusing the Mexican star of ignoring the level of opponents Crawford has beaten to try and downplay his achievements.
About Canelo's resume, but I won't. You know, I wanna, you know, when you pay homage to the fighters that he fought, and if he don't want to pay homage to the fighters I fought, if he thinks they nobodies, then come fight time, then I wonder what they're gonna say after I beat him.
Promoter Eddie Hearn recognizes that Canelo Alvarez has a clear size advantage over Terence Crawford, but he doesn't count Crawford out. In Hearn's view, Crawford's confidence and intense focus make him a real threat, even against a naturally bigger fighter like Canelo. He believes that in boxing, mindset and self-belief can change the outcome of a fight. Hearn also points out that Crawford's skill in controlling distance, timing, and tempo could help level the playing field. Despite the physical differences, he sees a real chance for Crawford to pull off an upset.
Not for him, like not against him, sorry, for him. Like he's so, I think he has no doubt that he beats Canelo Alvarez.
Of course.
I really like Terence, by the way. I think he's a great fighter. But I have to say, like, tell me his major significant wins.
Well, obviously Errol Spence.
Yeah, but come on.
No, but he beat a guy who was in the top 5 pound for pound, and he destroyed him. That's really never happened.
No, I agree.
History.
I agree. I mean, look, he was coming off, you know, some eye problems, but
nobody was saying that when he was beating
that credit.
And Ugas.
Tell me more.
I'm just saying.
I don't know.
That's a big win. Now,
keep going.
Your guy from the UK, who he stopped him, what, in the 5th round, was it?
Kell Brook. Finished by then. Yeah, go on, keep going.
Okay, he stopped somebody that nobody's ever really can hurt.
Well,
Sean Porter.
I mean, yeah, but that was about 8 years before, and Errol Spence.
That wasn't 8. What do you mean?
Yeah, when he beat Sean Porter.
No, that was in 2023.
Who?
Terence Crawford beat Sean Porter.
No, I'm talking about Kell Brook against Sean Porter.
No, I was talking about Bud. I'm not talking about that. But he stopped them, though. Nobody's ever able to really hurt Sean.
By the way, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just,
that was a great win.
Like an open.
And then he didn't have a lot of names at 140, but Postal and all those guys, those are good fighters. They weren't big names. Just like Bam, he doesn't have the great. He doesn't have a whole lot of great names. Just like
Strada.
In a way, yeah, he does have two great fights.
By the way, he's one of my favorite fighters.
Doesn't have a bunch of names.
John Ryder, who has faced Canelo Alvarez in the ring, understands just how tough the Mexican champion can be. He points out that Canelo's strength and presence are hard to deal with, and moving up in weight will be a serious challenge for Terence Crawford. Still, Ryder believes Crawford has what it takes. He praises Crawford's sharp mind and well-rounded skills, saying that if anyone can adjust and compete at that level, it's him. According to Ryder, Crawford's technical ability could make up for the size difference.
Can he go up 2 divisions? A lot of people in his camp believe that he's even going to stop him, but yeah, what's your thoughts?
If there's any man that could do it, it would be Terence Crawford, but I just think the sheer size of Canelo is going to be too much on the night.
So do you think size will be too much? I mean, you were in there with Canelo, you landed good shots and he took them, right?
Yeah, I mean, listen, Terence Crawford is an exceptional talent, but I think the size will be the factor on the night and he'd just be too big, too strong.
Terence Crawford has carefully mapped out his game plan for facing Canelo Alvarez. He's considering 2 main strategies. One is to apply pressure, break Canelo's rhythm, and keep him off balance with non-stop activity. The other is a more measured approach, using smart defense, quick counters, and movement, much like Floyd Mayweather did when he beat Canelo. Crawford acknowledges he doesn't have the same size advantage Mayweather had at his peak, but he believes his own speed, timing, and ability to adapt give him an edge. He sees his flexibility in switching styles, combining aggression with precision, as the key to beating Canelo.
You can do with somebody bigger and stronger. You know, you can either try to push them back, you know, because 9 times out of 10, a strong fighter not used to going back. You know, so it kind of fucks them up in the head, you know. Yeah. Or you can just box them because some of them just slower than others because they got flat feet, and they just looking to load up on certain shots.
Now, Crawford's definitely right here. There's 2 ways to beat a pressure fighter like Canelo. Either you put the pressure back on him, which is where guys like Triple G and Bivol had success, or you use your superior skills and footwork on the outside, which is how Floyd Mayweather won. Now, Crawford, he can't use the pressure approach because he's not as physically dominant as guys like Golovkin or Bivol. You know, Bud is a welterweight or junior middleweight jumping up. He doesn't have the size to push Canelo back. Now, the outside boxing approach, that is definitely Crawford's best chance against Canelo. You know, he is right. Canelo does struggle to cut off the ring at times. We saw that in the Skull fight. And he does load up on single shots now. But at the same time, Crawford is not the same pure boxer that Floyd Mayweather was. You know, Mayweather rarely got hit in that shell. And his form of countering, you know, a pull counter, for example, was, I'm not going to get touched and then I'll make you pay. Whereas Crawford's style of counterpunching is different. Bud will take one to throw 2 or 3 back. And he can't do that against Canelo because of the size and power difference. If Bud takes a clean right hand to throw back an uppercut or a hook, he's either going to get dropped or he's going to end up on his bike like Jermell Charlo. So while I do agree Crawford does have the superior skill set in this fight, but because he doesn't have the size to push Canelo back, or the defense of someone like Mayweather stay perfect for 12 rounds on the outside, I do think Canelo's size and power will make the difference in this fight. And that's why I like Canelo to win.
Joe Rogan's perspective on the Canelo versus Crawford fight echoes what many in the fight world are starting to feel. He notes that while Canelo remains a top-tier fighter, his speed and endurance aren't quite what they used to be. In contrast, Crawford is still in peak form, improving with each performance and excelling across several weight classes. Rogan believes this could be the perfect moment for Crawford, who's arguably at his best right now. He sees the fight as much closer than people might assume, largely because of Crawford's pound-for-pound dominance and current momentum.
Who do you like in Canelo versus Crawford?
Well, I'm a giant Crawford fan because I think he's the best switch hitter since Marvin Hagler. I also think Canelo is slowing down, and Canelo is more of a one-punch fighter now than the combination fighter he was when he was younger.
Do you think Terence Crawford can beat Canelo Alvarez?
Yeah, I think he can win.
Okay.
I don't know if he's going to win, but I think he can win. He's going to have to box a brilliant fight.
If Ray Leonard could beat Marvelous Marvin Hagler, then Terence Crawford can beat Canelo Alvarez. Why do you say that? Same equation. Get in, get out. Get in, get out. Yeah. Over and over and over. He's got to figure the angles and the approaches that will allow him to step in, land to the body, or occasionally upstairs, and then get out.
Jim Lampley, the iconic voice of boxing, views the Canelo versus Crawford fight as more than just a battle between 2 top fighters. He sees it as a clash of pride, legacy, and unshakable determination. While the size gap between them is clear, Lampley believes what truly defines both men is their drive to be great. They're not just skilled athletes, they're warriors who refuse to step away from a challenge, no matter how big.
Even if I have some doubts and misgivings about the size matchup, it is 2 action fighters who like to fight aggressively at times, not all the times, going against each other, and we'll see who can open the other person's tuna can, so to speak.
Max Kellerman is clear in his opinion. Terence Crawford is the best pound-for-pound fighter in the sport today. While he acknowledges Canelo Alvarez's impressive resume, Kellerman believes Canelo is no longer at his peak. In contrast, Crawford has been dominant in every fight, no matter the weight class. Kellerman points to recent performances, saying Crawford has shown complete control, while Canelo has appeared vulnerable in recent bouts, especially against Dimitri Bivol and John Ryder.
You know who's the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world? Bud Crawford. Apologies to the monster and Usyk. Bud Crawford has my vote for best pound-for-pound. Who was the best pound-for-pound before Bud? Canelo Alvarez, universally recognized that way. But it's not just these two guys, the last two best pound-for-pound fighters in the world.